Investor engagement is the process through which shareholders communicate with investee companies to influence corporate behavior, improve governance, manage risks, and promote long-term value creation. Within sustainable investing, engagement is considered a key stewardship activity because it allows investors to exercise ownership rights while maintaining investment exposure. Rather than relying solely on investment selection or divestment, investors seek to encourage positive change through dialogue, monitoring, voting, and collaboration. Engagement can address financial, strategic, environmental, social, and governance issues that may affect long-term performance. Effective engagement is generally structured, purposeful, and aligned with clearly defined objectives designed to support sustainable business practices and shareholder value. In practice, engagement often begins with monitoring and research. Investors analyze company disclosures, governance practices, sustainability reports, financial performance, and material ESG risks to identify areas of concern or opportunities for improvement. Once issues have been identified, investors typically establish engagement objectives and determine appropriate methods of communication. Engagement may involve meetings with executive management, board members, investor relations personnel, sustainability specialists, or other relevant stakeholders. Investors generally prioritize issues that are financially material or strategically important. The effectiveness of engagement depends on preparation, understanding of company circumstances, and the ability to communicate expectations clearly while maintaining constructive relationships with corporate leadership. A common engagement approach involves direct dialogue with company representatives. Investors may hold private meetings, participate in conference calls, submit written inquiries, or attend shareholder meetings to discuss specific concerns. Topics frequently include governance structures, executive remuneration, climate strategy, human capital management, diversity and inclusion, capital allocation, cybersecurity, and risk oversight. Direct engagement allows investors to gain insights into management thinking and assess how companies address material challenges. It also provides companies with an opportunity to explain their strategies and respond to investor concerns. Ongoing dialogue often helps build trust and encourages more productive long-term relationships between investors and corporate management teams. Engagement can also be pursued through collaborative and escalation strategies. Collaborative engagement occurs when multiple investors work together to increase influence and address common concerns. This approach is often used for systemic ESG issues such as climate change, biodiversity loss, or governance reform. If initial discussions do not produce satisfactory progress, investors may escalate their actions. Escalation measures can include voting against directors, supporting shareholder resolutions, publicly expressing concerns, reducing investment exposure, or ultimately divesting. Stewardship frameworks generally encourage investors to use escalation proportionately and only after reasonable opportunities for constructive dialogue have been exhausted. Effective escalation strengthens accountability and reinforces investor expectations. Engagement objectives can differ significantly depending on investor priorities and investment philosophies. Some investors focus primarily on financial performance and risk management, seeking improvements that enhance shareholder value. Others emphasize broader sustainability outcomes, including environmental protection, social responsibility, or governance reforms. Objectives may be company-specific, such as improving board independence or reducing carbon emissions, or they may address broader systemic challenges. Engagement goals also vary according to investment horizons, asset classes, ownership levels, and fiduciary responsibilities. Understanding these differing objectives is important because they influence engagement strategies, success metrics, timelines, and expectations regarding corporate responses and outcomes. The style and tone of engagement also vary considerably. Some investors adopt a cooperative and supportive approach that emphasizes partnership, information sharing, and constructive dialogue. This style seeks to build trust and encourage voluntary improvements through collaboration. Other investors may adopt a more assertive tone when addressing serious governance failures, inadequate disclosures, or persistent ESG concerns. The choice of style often depends on the nature of the issue, the company's responsiveness, and the desired outcome. Regardless of approach, successful engagement generally combines clear objectives, informed analysis, respectful communication, and persistence. By tailoring objectives, style, and tone to specific circumstances, investors can enhance the effectiveness of engagement and support sustainable long-term value creation.